Hello, this is Mike, the Glamp Site Builder here in Honey Grove, Texas. Wanted to show you a little bit more work that we're doing here at Whispering Woods. If you want to check out our website, go to whisperingwoodstx.com and you can see some of our units, and we got some cool photography of what the park looks like. It is unique. Every unit is going to be different. Every unit's going to be custom. I'm a custom home builder that wants to build one-of-a-kind units instead of, buying 10 yurts and putting them all in a row. I'm more of a let's do something custom and cool. So I'm going to tell you what unfolded here. This is what we're calling our camping our camping tent area. This is like at the back of our park. We wanted to test this out and just see, once we open the park, if there's going to be any takers, because I've heard from some other guys in videos like, oh, your best return on your dollar is little tents. So we're going to try it. And I've also heard that something that's popular or that occurs is people come here and they're low budget and it's a family or three buddies or something, and they're going to pay the $100 a night to stay at this campsite. And we're charging $100 a night for all three tents and use of that whole area. And then down the trail behind that tent you see in the background, there's a community bathroom and shower. And so you can feel like you're camping, barbecue, hang at the deck, fire pit, and so on. But it's not that long of a walk to go to a real bathroom with a flushing toilet and a nice spot there. So this was going to be the back of our park. And where this tent is, I was saving this spot for a tree house. I want to build a Pete Nelson inspired tree house with plumbing and kitchen and up in those trees and a big platform. And we wanted to do phase 1 first, see how it goes. I've been paying cash for this park as I go over the last 2.5 years. So I'm looking forward to seeing money come in finally. And the game plan is phase 1's paid for, and if things get going, then I got something to talk to a bank about. Well, this is the income, and I'd like to borrow this amount of money because I want to add a tree house, an A-frame, and a geodesic dome in the front, all with decks and unique, cool structures. So that's the game plan here. So I was saving this spot, but what happened was I'm looking through Facebook Marketplace one day, and the tent I have at the front of the park is a wall tent from White Duck, and I know it's a good tent. It's a quality tent. We've had it up for 2.5 years, and it's still standing. And when I saw this tent go on Facebook Marketplace, I was like, oh, geez, that thing with tax and everything, it's like a $3,800 tent. And then I saw this brand new, never been used, in the box, $1,500, and I was like, oh geez, $1,500, that's a deal. But I didn't go after it because I'm going, man, I got to quit spending money. I got to quit thinking I'm going to just keep adding stuff. I got to get some money coming in. So it sat there for 2-3 weeks, and I was like, I got to see what I can do. And I thought I was going to be making a lowball offer at $1,000, and she took it. Okay, when can you come pick it up? And I get there, it's brand new, in the bag, never even been set up. And the reason she had it, I think she lived with her family on a piece of property that, and I'm guessing, I didn't ask her because it was probably a sore subject for her, but I'm guessing she bought it so that she was going to set up a tent on the property she lives on in the back of their property and set up one little glamping unit. And for some reason she didn't go through with it. Something stopped her, and she just had this tent sitting there. So I snagged this White Duck tent for $1,000, and I'm going to walk around and show you what we got going here. Okay, the first thing I want to point out is the footings. We put some footings in concrete. As you can see here, under those leaves is concrete. But when we're getting around a tree, we went with these other, I don't know what you call them, I forget the name, but they're pretty common, low price, and you can set them, you know, right on the surface, because I don't want to dig down and possibly kill this tree. So these two main posts are sitting on those pads, those very strong plastic pads, and we're not damaging the roots. But I was like, man, I don't want a whole deck just kind of sitting on the ground. So, you know, I made sure that we have other areas that have concrete and no winds or anything's gonna make it go away. So it's just for protection of roots. So we built the deck with a little porch area, you know, and of course when I get the tent, I'm thinking, oh, I'm just gonna set up a simple tent and that's it. But it's hard for me to control myself, so we're gonna extend this deck out, and I want to build a cover over this area. So I want to have a deck with a covered area, and then we got the gravel area that will set a fire pit with some Adirondack chairs, and we'll probably put in a picnic table and set that up. You can see some of the stuff sitting here. Today we're going to be putting some things on together. Right here we got a fire pit. This is the fly sheet that goes over the top of the tent to save the canvas. These are the Adirondack chairs that got on Amazon. These are two very comfortable looking cots that you unfold, have pads, and we're going to have those underneath the bed inside the tent, so that have more sleeping options for people that come here with a family. This isn't done. This stuff's just hanging here. We're going to be working on the floor and trying to finish things up, but I'll show you the progress as we go today. So let me take a quick peek inside and show you what things look like now. Oh, well, sorry, you're gonna have to watch me undo this, or Zach is going to edit this out. Okay, and these white duck tents, man, they're the real deal. I can tell you that. I'm surprised how long I've had mine sitting up and it's still working and all that. So the white duck tents have a regular, you know, canvas door that you can unzip and open up, and you can have just the screen entrance, but both of them have quality zippers. Oh, so going inside now, and you're going to see what we're going to be working on today is getting the floor in. This is the heavy duty vinyl floor, I guess I'd call it, that comes with the tent. But we're not putting it down because I'm going to roll out a little layer of insulation on top of the deck first. Just a little bit of a barrier, keep cold air from coming up through the deck boards. And then we're going to put this plastic or this vinyl, heavy duty vinyl floor down on top of it. And then we have some rugs that my wife picked out that are meant for outdoors. These are 2 rugs that we're going to spread out through here. If you watch any of my videos, you're going to know that I talk about Facebook Marketplace a lot. For the vibe I'm going with, I can get used stuff all day long, and it fits the vibe I'm trying to create here. This bed I got for $150, and it's all intact. We put it together. It's a king size bed, and then we got this futon, heavy duty, matches the vibe that we're trying to create. Gosh, geez, even the same size posts and everything. But this is a cedar heavy duty futon that we bought, that and this piece here that has stuff on it. This one's like a chair that could be a futon for like a little kid or a baby or something to sleep on. You know, this will fold into like a double bed. And on top of that, I got both of these chairs and the futon with these mattresses. So this mattress on top goes to this one, and then there's a smaller one that will go to this. And once we get it all set up, I'll show you guys what we did. So, and then keeping with the theme, I got some cedar coffee tables that we're going to set up. And it's going to take a little time for my wife to get out here and do her thing, but if you look on our website and look at our boho tent, you'll see she knows what she's doing. She's got the touch. So we're going to be working on this today and looking forward to showing you. Okay, we're getting some progress here. Got all the stuff out of the tent. September's putting everything together. And then we just put down the vinyl. I'm gonna call it the vinyl pan. It's you know, a sheet of vinyl. It's pretty thick. And I gotta tell you, I have another one of these tents, and it's important that you get the legs on top of this, because what we did before was these were outside of this. The legs bowed out a little bit, and every time we went to every time we went to zip the zipper down on this flat, it was too hard. So we had them spread out too far. So we just tested it. The zipper works fine. So if you're getting a white duck tent, make sure that the vinyl pan or the vinyl layer that they give you goes all the way around and is underneath the legs. And then now we're tying things up to these legs. So next step is putting down a little barrier of insulation. Okay, we got some flooring down. This stuff is not regular carpeting. It's really an outdoor rug. Now I'm going to tell you, it's a pain in the butt to try to get everything lined up perfect. So it looks good there. It looks good there. Don't even ask me why this is off like this. So before you start putting furniture in, what we have down here is the tent came with a vinyl, I keep wanting to call it a pan, but it's just a thick vinyl first layer that is on the wood. And we saw moisture was underneath it, so it's good that you got the vinyl. So the vinyl is down, and then we have a layer of a little rolled insulation to stop the temperature, you know, the cold temperature from getting through the floor. Helps a little. And then on top of that, we added the rug. Again, this is tacked down for now. We wanted to get it laying good, but you can see it looks pretty nice. My wife will be fixing this up and trying to hide this seam. We'll be putting a bed that's going to cover most of it. She might put a rug to cover some of the seam, but this material you can't cut. It'll just start falling apart. So this is where we're at now, and it's time to load in some furniture.